So you worked for Ellen as well.
Yeah, I did the first 2 years on that show.
And she was
She was rough. She was the C word. Yeah.
She was
Dictator.
not nice to you.
Well, it's funny because when it started, first of all, I wanted to write for her because I really do think she's like one of the great comics of all. New Orleans girl.
That's right. She never claims it, but yeah.
Yeah, but she was a great comic.
Her old stuff is unreal.
Yeah.
I had all her albums.
So then the show comes out, and I get approached by the head writer, and it turns out I'm good friends with the showrunner, and so I write a couple pages of jokes, and I get hired. And then so we were there for like a month before the show launched, figuring out the segments and all that stuff. And it was like fun, goofing, pranks. We had a ping pong table, and it was all good energy. And then, the show was good. And I knew things were going to go wrong because then they asked me, I was a producer, writer, and then they asked me to do the audience warm up.
Nice.
Because I'd been doing it during rehearsals, and she looked at every warm-up guy in LA and was like, no. And then she said, Greg, you're going to do it.
Cool.
Because she's a comic, and she was like, I want that energy to follow, right? Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be like the warm-up guy on a daytime talk show. And then they were like, well, it's like an extra $4,000 a week, and it's like 10 minutes a day. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Like on top of my salary, like I was getting that for 10 minutes of work. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. So like the first day I go out, I don't know how to do warm up, because it's like they're not warming up this crowd. You're warming them down because they're like a bunch of closeted Midwestern housewives that love her. And you got to be like, all right, take it easy. She's going to be out here. Don't lose your shit. Don't charge the stage. And then I go, all right, let's do the wave. I said, like, when I say banana, you guys just do the wave.
Yeah.
And so
someone in your ear whisper the N-word. It'll get them going. It'll get them hot.
That'll get them down.
So I say banana, and they do the wave, and like we all laugh, and I'm like, I'm such a fucking hack. I should kill myself. And so then she comes out to do the monologue, and what I had forgotten was that the word banana was in the monologue.
Oh.
And now she hasn't seen the warm up.
Oh no.
So she says banana. The crowd does the wave.
Oh, no.
And she stops, and she's a control freak. So this is like the worst thing that could ever happen. So she stops, and she goes, all right, that's weird. And she backs up, and she does it. She goes, all right, pause. Let's do it again. Whatever that was, don't do that. And she says banana again, and they do the wave again. And we stop down. She says, don't do it. They do it again. And then finally I just go up on stage, and I explain to her what happened. And she was fucking seething.
Oh, boy.
And I thought, all right, I'm getting fired for that. But I didn't. But then it was just, everything got weird. And so we started winning Emmys. Like I won 4 Emmys on the show. But like that made things bad. That made her start to be mean.
Right.
Because she was back on top.
How was she mean to you? Like, give an example of like a day. Like, was it an energy thing? Was she just short with you? I mean, what was exactly?
It was like
happening?
if you didn't pitch in her wheelhouse, then she looked at you like you had just fucking stabbed her puppy. And then there was this process of pushing people out of the circle. And you want to be in the circle because there's a lot of fear going on.
Yeah.
And you're in or out. So there was a lot of like, it didn't really bother me that much because I'd written on a lot of shows before, and I kind of knew what it was like to have tough bosses.
Yeah.
I wrote for Bill Maher.
Sure.
And so like I was just like tough enough, but then there was these first time writers they used to cry. There was a lot of crying in the hallways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just feels like it's not a good energy for a workplace or a show. I feel like you're getting less out of people by treating them like that.
Yeah,
I
what do you think?
think so. Yeah, for sure. I think in the long run. I think in the short run you might get more, but in the long run people
break
get
them.
exhausted.
Yeah.
You break them. They can't. And then you hit sweeps, which is like you're working 12, 14-hour days because it's like the ratings months, and then nobody can give anything, and you just hit walls.
Are you scared to talk about it, that she might hear this and come attack you?
I think she's out of the country.
But like online or anything?
I don't really care.
Do you ever see her afterwards at all, or no?
No, all I heard was my next job after Ellen was I went to the Man Show, And
what a 180.
she heard I was on the Man Show, and apparently she couldn't stop laughing. And then I hosted the Porn Awards, and they were in Vegas doing a show, and she saw my face up on a billboard for the Porn Awards, and she just thought it was so fucking funny, because I don't think she really knew me.
Right.
And that's me. The Man
Sure,
Show and
sure.
the Porn Awards is me.